kind of want to talk to you about something that's quite serious and something that you may be suffering from. See, yesterday I was watching a video of this dude, and he was talking about basically the stages of self improvement you're gonna go through on it. You like basically just the usual stages that you'll go through. And as he's talking, I found that I laid in one of the stages. I won't mention all of them. You can watch the video if you want. It's called A Realistic Example of a Successful Self Improvement Journey by Hamza Ahmed. And basically, what he's talking about is this specific stage. And the stage he calls failure to launch, or the implementation stage. And I'm in this stage right now. So basically, what he's saying is, as you learn and you progress, so you go on to self-improvement. You've got, like, let me just mention the ones before failure to launch. Basically, you've got before self-improvement, like he says, BSI, before self-improvement. And then basically you've got after that, which is basically you learn about self-improvement, you start learning about this and that. After the learning stage comes failure to launch, like implementing stage. And basically, what happens in the implementing stage is, for most people, they tend to not be able to launch. They tend to not be able to. They know what they want to do. They just, or like they need to do. They just don't do it. They can't do it. They learn about dopamine detoxing. They uninstall the apps, but they keep going back to the apps, or they know that they have to go on NoFap, or that they have to go on no porn, or they have to stop their fapping addiction or their porn addiction, and they still fap. They know that they shouldn't fap, but they still fap. I'm in this stage, and basically for me, the reason I say I'm in this stage is because I still have my porn addiction, my fapping addiction. These two I still have. Everything else, every single thing else, sugar addiction, junk food addiction, video game addiction, social media addiction, all the other addictions I had, smoking addiction, all of them, I got rid of them. The only one that is left is fapping and porn. And this addiction for me seems to be the main constraint. But as he kept talking, I understood exactly what my problem was. It wasn't my fapping addiction. My problem wasn't the fapping addiction. It was my mental health. My mental health has symptoms, and I got rid of some of the symptoms, but I was eliminating symptoms, not the problem itself. Fapping addiction is a symptom of bad mental health. Fapping addiction is a symptom of bad mental health. Like, I can't stress this enough. Because I couldn't understand this. I was like, what? Because I eliminated most of the things. I eliminated most of my addictions, most of my bad habits. I really built in fact, like, I teach a lot of the things I do on self-improvement. And yet, to this day, I still fap. And I still have a porn addiction. Now, obviously, I managed to make it productive in the sense of, like, going on less fap, only having like 5-minute faps basically, and then just going back to work. But it's not exactly an ideal situation because the problem's still there. I've just minimized it, but it's still there. Just a couple of minutes ago, the urge came again, and I relapsed. And the moment that the urge came in my head, you know what the first thought was? I didn't say, oh man, I have to go through this again. Oh man, I'm gonna fap. I didn't say that shit. I said, you know what? This is a symptom of bad mental health. Fucking fap, I relapsed. And the reason I'm saying this is because I know what the problem is. And so I know that I can fix this because I know what the problem is. I know that it's my mental health I need to fix. I need to focus on my basic 4 habits, which is exercise, reading, meditation, and journaling. Bro, before I got the urge, I couldn't meditate 5 minutes. Today, I'm talking about today, dude. I couldn't meditate 5 minutes. I slept for like 25 minutes after I was meditating. And I wasn't even like tired. I'd woken up 2 hours before that. And you know what the constraint is to all that? It's mental health. Mental health. It's bad mental health. That's the reason I'm really emphasizing this. Now I know what the problem is. Now I'm gonna focus on meditation. Now I'm gonna focus on journaling. Now I'm gonna focus on reading. Now I'm gonna focus on exercise. And that's what's gonna get my mental health back. It's 2 weeks. It takes 2 weeks. I did the NHS self assessment, like the mental health test again. I used to have a 0-0 score. Now mine's like depression 2, anxiety 0. So it's, for many that's kind of like a big like significant milestone. For many it's like 10 and like 12. For me, when I first, like before I got into self-improvement, it was like that. But because I got meant like the get rid of like many of the bullshit in there, like in my life that was ruining my life and was fixing like basically just more symptoms of my mental health. I fixed my mental health up by doing the meditations and stuff, but I guess I'll just have to focus on them a bit more. Like even to the point that I have to put the specific like mental health above my purpose. And I know that's gonna sound like strange to many people who know like what purpose is and know what I've said before about purpose. But guess what? You won't be able to like make your purpose come true if your mental health sucks. You won't be able to identify if you've even completed your purpose if your mental health is shit. And so that's why when you've got such a constraint, I just say make that thing the number one fucking thing in your life. And so that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I want to focus on meditation. I want to focus on journaling. I want to focus on reading. I want to focus on exercise. The 4 habits that build your mental health. From there on, I'll basically fix my mental health for the next 2 weeks. I'm running this big campaign for myself where I just literally want to minimize the voice. I want to minimize everything that's just coming around me. I really just want influences from the guys on self improvement. I want influences from people who like are genuinely like mentors of mine. I don't want to hear the noise of other people who don't matter or people who are trying to just say words at me. And more than anything, I want to fix my mental health. So I'll actually skyrocket in progress. Because I know that it may not seem like much, like at least to some people who've gotten used to pretty much fapping and doing that bad habit. But to me, I just can't stand it. Because I know, like, me, the version of me that is Adonis, the version of me that's like the successful man, the version of me that's actually more progressed than me, he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that habit. He doesn't need to. And so I don't see why I have to literally go for 5 minutes and fap on a sink, and then take a shower after that. I just don't see the point out of that. In any case, that's the kind of what I want to go through, and so careful on your mental health. Look at your mental health. Analyze your life. See what's wrong. Make the journaling topic of 1,000 mini cuts, and I might talk about this on the next morning chat. Try and find the constraints in your life. And I guess I'll see you, bro.